We are currently in a strike position because the distance between what the government is asking and what the union is asking is far apart. And the mediator that's now involved, and the reason we don't have bargaining dates is because we're very entrenched in our position, as the government is. And the downside is that the government's position lists all massive cuts, which we cannot accept. And so that's why we're in the position that we are.
Why are we striking? We are striking to keep the kindergarten model that is in place at this moment of a teacher and an ECE. We are striking for the supports for special education students and for the classroom violence that is happening. We're also looking at salary, and I know a lot of people think it's just teacher salary and they think it's a huge number, but we are also looking at the ECE or the EA salaries, the ESP salaries, which are the EAs in the classroom, and we're looking at OT salaries, which are actually, a lot of them are making less than $35,000 a year. So when you talk about 1% of that, that's less than a coffee a day.
We're in the process of defending both the education system that we have in this province, as well as the employment of many of our teachers. This is to show the public and the media that we are severely opposed to what the government is doing, and that this education system that we have, we would like to keep intact, not to have it dismantled.
We're on strike for the students too. Again, all of those things that we've listed, other than the salary, are for the students. It's for our benefit as well, but it's also for their benefit, because you got to remember that our working conditions are their learning conditions.
The impacts of the cuts are devastating to education. It's all done through funding and gets a little convoluted by how many teachers are funded. That's the number 25 or 28 to 1. And what that means is currently, or previous, we were at 21 to 1, which means an average class size of someplace around 21. The proposed ones will put an average class size somewhere between 35 and 40, what the government is proposing. And that also means, well, that comes about because of elimination of personnel, which means the programs they used to teach disappear. So for instance, for us in a small board, where there is one tech teacher or one music teacher in the school, when you lose one or two teachers, you lose the entire program. And so these cuts are further devastating to us here, because we don't just lose a portion of our program, we lose the entire thing.
If people want more information, they can go to buildingbetterschools.ca or etfocb.ca. That's etfocb.ca.
All of our bargaining so far has been posted on hereforstudents.com, and basically that everything the government says and everything that's discussed is there. So there's nothing to hide, and so we are quite transparent in the part that we say these are cuts that are devastating to the school system, and they do so by eliminating the teaching staff.